Good day. It's Thursday, the 20th of November, and for the next hour, we are going to cover the latest and greatest news from the world of AI, as well as potentially building a couple of things as well. So, without further ado, we're going to jump into the first story, which is Sam 3D from Meta. Now, this is insane, actually. Meta are on a bit of a rampage. They go through peaks and troughs where they do a bunch of releases, bunch of updates, bunch of hiring. Then they go quiet for a bit, and then they drop something as insane as this is. So, introducing SAM 3D, powerful 3D reconstruction for physical world images. Now, here's what it can do. We can actually watch, I think we should watch this video first. It can basically select and extract anything from any image. Here's the takeaways. Today we're announcing SAM 3D. This release includes 2 state-of-the-art models, SAM 3D Objects for object and scene reconstruction, and SAM 3D Body for human body and shape estimation. SAM 3D sets this new standard for grounded 3D reconstruction in the physical world scenarios. As part of this release, we're sharing training evaluation data, an evaluation benchmark, model checkpoints, inference code, and a parametric human model. This work has the potential to be used for creative applications in fields like robotics, interactive media, science, and sports medicine. So, if you ever tried to do this before a tool like this existed, you'd have to kind of map around the image, you'd have to get close to the edge and then try and pull it out off of the background. This does it pretty much automatically and is a step forward from Segment Anything. So we're also introducing Segment Anything Playground, a new platform that makes it easy for anyone to try out the capabilities of our new models and experiment with cutting-edge AI for creative and media modification. Together with today's launch of SAM 3, SAM 3D will be available in the playground for everyone to explore using their own images. We're translating our feedback breakthroughs into product innovation. SAM 3D and SAM 3 are powering Facebook Marketplace new View in Room feature, helping people visualize the style and fit of home decor images like a lamp or table in their spaces before purchasing. So you can upload an image, you can pull that image out or pull the item out of the image, and you could visualize it in your home. Here's the video. This is actually insane. Today, we're excited to introduce SAM 3D, a first of its kind addition to the SAM collection of models. And here is the video explaining or showing exactly how it works. Let me just turn on the audio for you. This is wild. There's going to be tons of new apps built using this technology. Okay, here we go. Make sure it's not too loud. There we go.
Introducing SAM 3D, 2 new models for image to 3D transformation. Generate a 3D model for any object in an image. Get geometry and textures for all angles of an object, even the parts you can't see. Or choose to reconstruct all the objects in a scene. SAM 3D is specialized in reconstructing people. Get accurate meshes of a person's body shape and pose. Segment everyone in an image, even those who are partially hidden or in unique poses. SAM 3D redefines real-world 3D perception for robotics, scientific research, and commercial applications like Facebook Marketplace. Try SAM 3D today in the Segment Anything Playground. Introducing SAM.
Crazy. Okay. This is one of the craziest applications, pulling an image out and actually visualizing it in your home. And you can do it from videos and text also. So here is kind of how it works. It goes through an image encoder, it goes through some geometry, a mixture of encoders. You can just select what you want. It goes through SAM, pulls out the objects. And then recreates it for you. What the? This is witchcraft. So this is partially blocked. Okay, nails it. Wow, that's truly insane. Okay. Here's some benchmarks. Here's some limitations. 3D body, robust, accurate, and interactive 3D human reconstruction. Is this a video? Nope. See if there's any more content. But no, you can explore the playground. You can try it today. I think it is here. Please don't make me log into Facebook. Let's do spotlight effect. Finds a person, the glow effect. Finds a person, glow effect on mask, and the spotlight effect on the background. Let's do this one. Find the ball. Glow effect to model SAM3. And then it tracks the ball. What? Maybe I can go with tracks the red soul hand. Good grief. Okay, that's insane. See if there's any other ones we can show. Track anything. Motion tails, bounding box. We can try this sample here. We can find... It's a 10 second. We can find the person. Crazy. Okay. It's getting smart, dudes. It's getting very smart. You can try this today if you want. aidemos.meta.com/segment-anything/gallery. Okay. That's pretty insane. Let's see what business ideas it came up with here. 3D virtual try-on platform that users try on clothes, accessories, or glasses virtually by instantly reconstructing their bodies and overlaying fashion items in 3D. AI-powered 3D product listings for e-commerce to sell detailed 3D models of goods from simple photos. Robotics perception module, AR home decor, medical motion posture analysis, interactive learnings for schools, virtual fitting rooms, fitness tracking, body shape and posture in real time. Might be a good one. You can roll this into a mobile app and it can directly pull out your posture. Custom prosthetics, crowdsourced 3D mapping, geotagged images from up-to-date 3D city or landscape maps. Okay. 3D model marketplace. Okay, there's some good ideas there too. I think this is actually, I think it's open source. So you can try it yourselves. Let's have a look. Download 3D. Yeah, you can. Okay. Insane. Here's how to get started. I think here too. Yeah. Okay. Wild. Great from Meta. Okay, OpenAI, building more with GPT 5.1 Codex Max. We're introducing GPT 5.1 Codex Max, a new frontier agentic coding model available in Codex today. This is their autonomous agent that can go off and autonomously complete tasks for you. And now the time horizon of which they can actually complete those tasks is going up and up. GPT 5.1 Codex Max is built on the update to our foundational reasoning model, which is trained on agentic tasks across software, engineering, math, research, and more. GPT 5.1 is faster, more intelligent, and more token efficient at every stage of the development cycle, and a new step towards becoming a reliable coding partner. So this is built for when long-running detailed work doesn't work, basically. So if you need an agent to run continuously, this is going to be your go-to. It's the first model natively trained to operate across multiple context windows through a process called compaction. Coherently working over millions of tokens in a single task, this unlocks project scale refactors, deep debugging deep debugging sessions, and multi-hour agent loops. It's available in Codex today for use in the CLI, IDE extension, cloud, and code review, and API access is coming soon. So this is frontier coding. I think it actually can work for over 24 hours autonomously, I think. That's what I saw on X. It shows significant improvements in token efficiency due to more effective reasoning. On Swebench, verified this model with medium reasoning effort achieves much better performance than 5.1 codex with the same reasoning effort while using 30% fewer thinking tokens for non-latency sensitive tasks, which means it doesn't have to be done there and then. You can kind of let it run and just figure itself out. We're also introducing an extra high, X high, good naming, reasoning effort, which thinks for an even longer period of time for a better answer. We still recommend medium as a daily driver for most tasks. Okay, looks like a good model. Cartpole RL Studio, okay. Got some examples. Long-running tasks. It says, compaction enables GPT 5.1 Codex Max to complete tasks that would have previously failed due to context window limits, such as complex refactors and long-running agent loops by proving its history while preserving the most important context over long time horizons. In Codex Applications 5.1 automatically compacts its session when it approaches its context window limit, giving it a fresh context window. Okay, basically, if it gets too much information, it doesn't want to lose any of the information it's already got. So previously where it would just get spat out of the other end and then it kind of loses its way a bit, this uses something called compaction to give it a fresh context window, but with the knowledge previously, with the context it had previously. It repeats this process until the task is completed. The ability to sustain coherent work over these long horizons is a foundation capability on the path towards more general, reliable AI systems. Okay. Yeah, it can work for a long time. Looks like a very good model. I haven't actually tried it out yet, but I will do today. Kudos to OpenAI. Okay, Microsoft Agent 365 is the control panel for AI agents. They've been on a bit of a tear recently, and here is the scoop. AI agents are already changing how work gets done across industries. They automate tasks, collaborate with people, and accelerate productivity. And in fact, the IDC predicts there'll be 1.3 billion agents by 2028. So there's going to be more agents running across the world, running online, than there is going to be humans pretty soon. As agents multiply in numbers and sophistication, companies face a new kind of challenge: how to manage and govern them responsibly and at scale without rebuilding the trusted systems they rely on. The clearest path forward is to manage agents the way you manage people using the same infrastructure, apps, and protections. Okay, so they're launching Agent 365. Let's watch this.
AI agents are becoming part of everyday work, helping teams move faster, automate tasks, and scale ideas. The big question is, how do you keep it all secure, compliant, and under control? The good news is, you don't need to start from scratch. Give agents the same tools as your users. Extend your existing infrastructure, apps, and protections to agents, leveraging familiar capabilities tailored to their needs. With Microsoft Agent 365, every agent is registered, visible, and governed, all in one place.
That's
The
cool.
result? Strong security, enhanced confidence, and a simpler path to scalable AI.
Nice. Okay, so Microsoft Agent 365, a platform to manage multiple agents. And the good thing with Microsoft is these agents, I think they get a different license. So you can operate a number of agents within your 365 environment, and they operate under a new license. So you don't have to give them a seat. It's a completely new setup. We saw some screenshots of how you actually manage them. You can see you've got 26,000 agents, 58,000 people, and then they have a registry. The best way to prevent agent sprawl is to start with the registry and access a single source of truth. So everyone can kind of see what's going on with your agents, which is pretty cool. They all have access control too. access control can be controlled by their unique agent ID, which limits their access only to the resources they need. A nice visualization here too about what tools or what other agents they have access to, it looks like. That's cool. Interoperability. Agents that need access to some data and applications that people in your organization use every day, from productivity apps like Word or Excel to business data in SharePoint or Dynamics 365. This interoperability allows agents to have the same context as users and integrate with your organization's unique workflows. Okay, so it has these agents, I think they have their own email, they have access to Teams, they have access to all the docs that you want them to have access to. And you can communicate with them in the same way that you would humans, like inside of Teams, etc. Interoperability also means freedom of choice. Agent 365 works across Microsoft platforms, open source frameworks, and partner clouds. Flexible build paths let you use Copilot Studio, Foundry, Agent Framework, or the Agent SDK. We've got some security. This is like a really good solution, actually, to managing a lot of agents. Okay, looks like this is going to scale pretty hard too. We've got some AI companies in here using the Agent 365 ecosystem. We've got some sales development agents built in Copilot Studio, equipped with agent IDs, tools, and work IQ to operate and understand the context. Looks like they're creating a pretty beastly product over there. I will have to give it a try because I haven't actually tried it yet. We've got a thing called Frontier, maybe. Okay, I have to give it a shot, but that looks really cool. Okay, Larry Summers. Larry Summers takes leave at Harvard, resigns from OpenAI board seat after the Epstein email furor. We don't know what's happening here. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers went on leave from his post at Harvard University and said he will not teach classes there for the rest of the semester, amid a furor over the release of emails between him and the notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Summers also is resigning from the board of OpenAI. He's previously announced he'd be stepping back from all public commitments. Okay, so it says he's not going to be teaching class at Harvard anymore. Obviously innocent until proven guilty, but stepping back from everything, which is interesting. There's going to be a lot of people caught up on this as well. Earlier Wednesday, Summers said they will resign from the board of OpenAI, and Harvard are going to investigate his relationship with Epstein and the disclosure of their emails. Not something we'd usually cover today, but obviously it's tech related with OpenAI. So there's going to be a board seat that looks like it's going to be available. I wonder who's going to take it. I wonder if it's going to be hand selected by Mr. Sam Altman because of what happened previously. We will see. Okay, we've got a post here from Nabla Bio, who making drug development desirable. Pardon me. So Nabla Bio making drug development designable, combining AI, human relevant data, and integrating labs to create better medicines. Today, we're thrilled to announce JAM2, our first AI model capable of generating drug quality antibodies straight from the computer with industry-leading success rates. Drug-like affinities, picomolar to single-digit nanomolar antibody binders for half of 26 targets while testing under 45 designs each. Okay, this is a fairly technical post. I understand pretty much none of it, apart from the high-level concept, but we're going to be able to design drug-quality antibodies online. So we're vibe coding antibodies from the computer. Just tell it what antibody you want in the future, and it will create it. Obviously, it's not as easy as that, but JAM2 is the first de novo antibody design capability ready for the frontline use in drug discovery. Matching or surpassing traditional discovery approaches, we're already developing JAM2 with multiple large pharma partners and seeing excellent results. If you're interested in partnering, or accessing Jam 2, contact this email address. Read more in the white paper, link below. Let me get an explanation on this. Explain. Actually, do I have a Eli 5? Give me the Eli 5 on this. Okay, here we go. I have this command here in the comment assistant where you press slash and you get Eli 5 and it says, take a look at this, what's on my screen, and break it down for me in simple terms so I can talk about it confidently to people who might not have full context on the topic, like me. So here we go. Jam 2 makes antibodies with binding strengths that rival or beat what's needed for real drug development for half of the 26 target they tested. Okay. Unlike old discovery methods that rely partly on luck, Jam 2 can intentionally create antibodies targeting specific sites on a protein, hitting 30 to 70% of these sites as requested by the user. Over half of its computer designed antibodies meet pharma's strict early developability measures right away, no needing for extra optimization. Massive scale with small teams. A team of 4 people use Jam 2 to work on 16 drug targets at the same time in under a month. Something that would take much longer using traditional approaches. Okay, so Jam 2 is the new AI scientist that takes much of the guesswork out of the equation for the teams working on such problems. And we absolutely love to see it. That's so cool. Big announcement from Suno. The AI music creation company has just raised $250 million at a $2.45 billion valuation. So if you haven't tried Suno before, it's basically an app. I think I can show you. You can make a song. You basically tell it what you want, and it will create the song for you. And it's actually incredible. The songs are incredible. And this leads to people wanting to give them a raise at $250 million at $2.5 billion valuation. Here is the breakdown. Over the last 2 years, nearly 100 million people have been made music on Suno, many for the first time in their lives, discovering a passion they never knew they had. And this isn't just a story about new creators. Top producers and songwriters have integrated Suno into their daily workflows, and new artists emerging on Suno being recognized by the industry's most important charts. Okay. So we've seen AI created artists actually entering into like most played. So having them into like what was it, Billboard 100s, I think, too. They're signing record deals, and it's actually going pretty insane. So Suno is leading the charge on that. Their new Model View 5 is excellent. So sign up and give it a try. The last paragraph here is saying, we're creating a world where music is more central to daily life and accessible to everyone who feels its power, where abundance creates opportunity and the ecosystem grows to reflect music's true importance. Future music isn't on the horizon anymore. It's already here. Bedrooms, studios, and collaborations and breakthroughs. In the millions of moments where people discover they can create, we're honored to be building it alongside them. And they're hiring. If you are wanting a career at one of these places, here are the list of jobs. They're in Boston, New York City, LA, legal, machine learning, operations, and the talent community. Okay, cool. Congrats to Suno. That is that's big. Adobe to acquire SCM bit of news. We don't have to dig into this one too much, but that's a fairly hefty acquisition at 1.9 billion from Adobe. It looks like they're trying to keep their footing in the market. And there's obviously multiple AI companies taking shots at them. So now they're making acquisitions too. We'll see. Goodbye. Another AI music related story. Warner Music Group and Udio collaborate to build a new licensed music creation service. So there was a law case between these two, which they ended up settling through acquisition, I think. So Warner kind of entered into an agreement, which basically meant that Udio didn't get sued into oblivion. It says, today they announced a landmark agreement that resolves the company's copyright infringement litigation and establishes a clear framework for the development of Udio's licensed AI music creation service, set to launch in 2026. I don't know if this is actually old news. It happened, I thought I heard of this maybe a couple of weeks ago. Maybe this is a new some new progress, but they might be launching a new platform which is licensing music rather than just like ripping it and creating new versions of it. Says collaborating with WMG, Warner Music Group, makes a significant milestone in our mission to redefine how AI and music industries evolve together, said Andrew Sanchez, co-founder and CEO of Video. This partnership is a crucial step towards realizing a future in which technology amplifies creativity and unlocks new opportunities for artists and songwriters. Our new platform will enable experiences where fans can create alongside their favorite artists and make extraordinary music in an environment that offers artists control and connection. We're absolutely thrilled to be working with WMG in creating this new future. Okay, we'll see what that looks like. I wonder if there's going to be like official remixes of or official styles that you can apply to artists who fall under Warner Music Group in the new platform when it launches in 2026. There's an interesting app here, which I've tried called Stitch. And Stitch is basically this thing, is it lets you create layouts for applications. So if you're going to be vibe coding, you want to build an app or a website, you can actually just input natural language and it will give you all the screens. So rather than just going ahead and building the whole app, it will give you the visual layout before you go ahead and build it. It's very cool. It's built by Google Labs. And now it's just released a good feature, whereas you can export your designs directly into AI Studio to have them built for you. So AI Studio is the AI powered app website builder by Google. And now you can one click export directly in there. So no more manual copy and pasting snippets, just hit the export button. Stitch will automatically then open that up with your full context attached, ready to go. Here's the vid just to show you how it works. Okay, there it is. That's pretty cool indeed. One of the things you can also do is in Google AI Studio afterwards, you can then build it and it kind of looks like this. Maybe make me 1 second. It looks like this. Looks like this. You can import your stuff. Can I share this properly? And then it will build it for you. So when you can import your screens, then Google AI Studio will go ahead and turn it into a real app that you can use. Okay. Why don't we actually try and build something in AI Studio? I think it's a really cool place to get started. If you're actually trying to build AI-powered apps, then AI Studio is a really good place to actually start. It uses the latest model from Gemini 3. But depends on what you want to build. If you're a creative, for instance, you might want to use something like Let's AI basically lets you create images and videos, but their models are absolutely outstanding. So if you're creative and you want to create things like this, then go to Let's.ai and you can create what you love directly inside of Let's. But if you want to build a web app, Gemini AI Studio is one of the good options for this. Now, if you have a look here, you can browse the app gallery too. I wanted to show you how you can build something quick together today in there. Okay, here we go. Let's say, for instance, you wanted to create something like create me a simple image generation and editing app for my 8-year-old daughter. It should also be voice controlled. Okay, this is actually quite like a complex app to build, but I can add Nano Banana, which adds the image editing, and I can do conversational voice app here. And I can just press build, and that will go off and build it for me. Now, this is great for building the front end of web apps. It doesn't actually have backends attached at the moment. If you did, for instance, want to build something like a mobile app, you can actually go and use something like this, createanything.com. They have a mobile app that you can build, so you don't have to build it on here. But if you wanted to build an app and publish it into the App Store, for instance, with AI-powered functionality, maybe you've seen an image generation or a ChatGPT-like app that you wanted to build, you can actually build it with Create Anything. And you now can get the mobile app in the App Store. So you can build mobile apps on your phone. You can talk to build, and you can see you can launch it directly into the App Store and actually start making money from it, which is actually pretty insane indeed. There's one more story that I think we need to cover today, and it's in the world of AI, and it's with regards to NVIDIA. Yesterday was earnings day for NVIDIA, and they beat it by a mile. The AI bubble is not here. NVIDIA is showing insane demand. Let me just find out this graphic from Quarter because they have the best graphics. There we go. Quarter says NVIDIA Q3 2026. Blackwell sales are off the charts and cloud GPUs are sold out. Jensen. Revenue up 62%, data centers up 66%, gaming up 30%, professional visualization up 56%, automotive 32%, EBIT 65%, margin 63%, EPS 67%. Look at this monstrous graph. Over the last 4 years, NVIDIA has grown its data center segment 18x or 1,666%, going from 2.9 billion in Q3 2022 to 51 billion today, accounting for 90% of its revenue. Jesus. Absolutely insane. Congrats. Congrats to everyone working in NVIDIA because what a monster. Okay, in the meantime that's happened, while we're reading the NVIDIA stats, you actually have an app built for us. And it's voice controlled. You can press a microphone and say, draw a cute cat on a rainbow. Let's try this. Draw a cute cat riding a unicorn. Can you make it a Persian cat, please? Can you make it a black cat? So it actually has image generation and editing abilities with voice, which is built it in maybe 111 seconds. Okay, this is a cool unicorn. Can we change the background, please? Can we change the background? Let's put them on the moon. There we go. So, okay, that's cool. So that was just in a couple of minutes. There's a bunch of other things you can do with AI Studio. You can do image animation. Actually, we can do that too. Let's try that. We can do, let's add a, let's see if we can turn it into a video. Image to video is what we need. Here we go. Let's give the option to animate the video. Bring these images to life with VO. So if you're looking to build something with your kids and get them into actually building apps or actually just building something for fun, you can build this in literally, I think this first one was under 2 minutes to build. Insane. Let's leave that running just so you can see exactly what it does live. Also, it looks like XAI is seeking a $15 billion equity round at potential $230 billion valuation as it races to fund Grok. An AMD, Cisco, and Saudi AI startup Humane are creating a JV, a joint venture to build data centers starting with a 100 megawatt site in Saudi Arabia. Humane says Luma AI has contracted the entire capacity backed by Saudi funding. The venture plans up to 1 gigawatt of data centers by 2030. AMD will supply MI 450 chips with construction slated for 2026. Wow. Here we go. AMD, Cisco, and Humane's launched AI JV and land its first customer. So it's building a huge data center has already been accounted for, which is that's truly insane. The yet to be named JV will kick off with a 100 megawatt data center in Saudi Arabia. They'll be the first customer of this cluster. And instead, adding that Luma is contracted to purchase the entire 100 megawatt capacity. Okay. AMD said it formed a $10 billion collaboration with Humane that included purchases of AMD's advanced AI chips. In the JV, AMD and Cisco are minority shareholders and will share in the profit losses of the endeavor. Okay, and Humane will take the lead. So they're doing some nuts work over in Saudi Arabia, which is pretty crazy. All right, let's see if this video generation works. I think you might need to do an API key for this. Let me just switch it off and add it. Okay, and we'll see how this works. So what would I say? Create me a picture of a doll's house with multiple dolls playing in it. Something one of my young daughters might say. Make it a Barbie house instead. It seemed a bit creepy to me. Okay, now we can go with animate. No. Try again. Create me a Barbie house. Okay, that doesn't work. When I press the stop button on the mic, the app crashes. Okay, that should fix it pretty quick. Let's see if there's anything else we need to talk about today. There's actually a new product called one second. Called Parallel. This has a variety of tools to basically extract data from the web. Very similar, bit similar to a friend of the show, Firecrawl. You do this. You can scrape, search, crawl, or extract any information from across the web. You can try it inside of their playground. You put in a URL and it fetches the information for you. Parallel is quite similar. They do stuff like deep research, where you can ask a research question. You could apply excessive amounts of compute to that query, and it will bring you back some results. Obviously, you can see all the queries it's doing. You can see the human version. This is Ultra AX. So this is deep research. You have find all. So you could say, for instance, find all dentists in Manchester, UK. You can go like this. And I'll actually just go and find it all for you. So if you ever use like a Google Maps scraper, for instance, it'd be like that. But I think this is using things like web data sets. The cost is going to be $350 for 10 results. That seems fairly expensive. Let me see if there was Google Maps scraper on Appify. It would be another alternative that you could use. Maybe we can try. I've reached my limit. Basically, you can do the same. 200 places. I think we did 200 for less than 5. So maybe the Parallel is fairly expensive. I don't know how much Firecrawl would be. Find me 10 dentists in Manchester, UK. So it's just done a search. It hasn't brought me back the actual dentist. Okay. But yeah, I'd probably use this as well, to be fair. $4. Okay. $4 per 1,000 places. Parallel. That's quite expensive. You've got enrichment, so you can do like company enrichment too. Firecrawl actually have an enrichment template. They have a chat, low latency web research query, and they have monitor as well. So you can actually monitor stuff. Okay, so that's Parallel. So it was an interesting product. Let's try and do this again. Create me a picture of Santa Claus. Let's animate him. So if you ever wanted to create an AI app for kids, then this could be the one. Will it work? We will see. Okay, there we go. All right, I think that's pretty much it for the news for today. So there's AI Studio. There's Create Anything if you want to build mobile apps. I think there is another tool if you want to build AI agents. There's basically now, if you've ever used like a super agent like a Manus, for instance, where you can just give it any task and it does it. These sort of apps will have browsing capability. So these can use browsers. Now, if you actually wanted to build one yourself, if you're a developer, for instance, you can actually use something like browser base to give your agent the browsing capability. So if you're thinking about building an agent, you can use browser base, you can use Stagehand to do it, launching Stagehand v3, which is the best automation framework for your agents. Go to browserbase.com to start using that. You can try it completely free. It powers some of the most popular apps like Vanta, like Perplexity, like Commune, like Clay, Numeral, and Vercel, and it's completely open and available for you to use. It's incredible browser tool for agents, workflow automation, and also web scraping too. Okay, folks, that is pretty much it for today. We can wrap it up there, and I'll catch you at the same time tomorrow, 2 p.m. CET.